now that the Department of Transportation is enforcing that truck drivers speak English, many who do not are saying, okay, now it's time. Check it out.
I am going to storage.
One driver in particular explained that truck driving to him is more than just a job, but rather a way of life he's always enjoyed. But he now understands the urgent need for him to learn English if he is to continue in this line of work.
No, they say a long time ago is that I needed to speak in English, but and today is more necessary.
So as you saw and heard there were a few truck drivers that spoke a little English, said, hey, now even more so now than ever, we have to learn how to speak English. Now, it should be said that most truck drivers here in America speak English, but of course we know that there's a lot that do not. Now, the Department of Transportation is saying, well, we need them to be able to speak and read English because they're drivers, right? They need to read the signs on the road and things like that. Because if they're hauling whatever they're hauling in those semi-trucks and those trailers, yeah, they need to be able to adhere to the rules and be able to communicate with people. Now, of course, that one particular gentleman said now more so than ever, because we know what's going on in the United States with the mass deportation and things like that. Trump recently made the official language of America English. Before, there was no official language, although most people here speak English. That wasn't the case. And so I don't hate that. I agree that Trump drivers or anybody for that matter that's working here in America should speak English, because we know that if they don't speak English, or somebody who is going to a store or job or whatever, there's people there that can communicate with them. In fact, you can't even get a job, or that's kind of changed a little bit, but you couldn't even get a job unless you spoke English too, like you were bilingual, because they needed you to speak with them opposed to having them learn English to speak with you, right? There's a lot of people who are qualified for a lot of jobs, but that one thing, they're not bilingual. So they're X'd out of getting that job, and that's not fair. The other thing is, from a customer or somebody on the other end of that point of view, trying to communicate with somebody who does not speak English, it's frustrating. Now, it shouldn't make you frustrated to the point of where you do crazy stuff, because I've seen people do that, okay? But I'm just saying it is very frustrating. Like, how many times have you called somewhere or even gone into a business or something, and that person can't communicate with you, and you're like, I'm just trying to do A, B, C, and D here, and is there somebody that can communicate with me in English? Now, some people say, oh, that's racist. Is it really? Is it racist because I speak English and I'm here in America and that's now the official language and it was the unofficial language of America? Is that racist that I'm asking for somebody to communicate with me in the language that's, prevalent where I live? That's not racist. What it is for me, more than anything, I want to save time. I don't want to have to do this bilingual dance with people. Okay, what I'm saying is, or have to go on Google Translate. I want to be able to just, hey, this is what it need, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, right? I want to be able to do that without getting frustrated and wasting time. Okay, let's try this again. See, no, I don't want to do that. And I don't think too many people want to do that. So it's good that they are learning English, because if I went to Mexico or anywhere else, I'd have to learn their language to acclimate and to get a job and all of that. They're not going to say, well, guess what? Because you don't speak Spanish, we got a place just for you, and we're going to have people come over here and communicate with you in your language. They're going to be like, nah, you better use Google Translate or hang out with the locals for a little bit so you can learn the basics, right? So it should be the same thing here. And that's good that gentleman is like, hey, you know what? I'm tapping out. I need to learn how to speak English. And he should have been learning how to do that anyway. He spoke poquito, right? I know a little Spanish. He knew how to speak a little Spanish, but he's going to need to learn how to speak a little bit more, per that of the Department of Transportation. So anyway, y'all let me know what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube.